Hi guys, welcome back to another Q&A. So going to kick off with James is here. He's going to ask a question and get going.
I was thinking of investing in the Nike Alpha Flies,
Oh yes, I saw that. Yeah.
and I'm a bit unsure about what size to order, or
Yeah.
how they compare, or they tight fitting, or I have no idea. I haven't tried them on.
I haven't actually tried on I have actually the Alpha Fly 4. It was pretty pure. It was pretty like true to fit. So the ones I
Yeah,
had on were 9. I'm a size 10 and they were just that bit too tight. So
yeah,
like I do you know there's other ones as you said where you would go maybe up or down. Like I've had to do it in like the different Nikes even
yes.
and Adidas. But on on the Nike, if you're normally a Nike 10, they are basically a Nike 10 because they got a little bit more of a knitwear.
Okay.
Let me just see 1 second. Yeah, because I haven't had it's Saucony as well. But like say, yeah, if you're normally an 11 or a 10, I do it. Yeah, so the Vaporfly were the same, but they're a
Yeah,
little bit nicer. And then on the Adidas is always a weird. It's like I'm still UK. I'm UK 11 or UK like 10 and a half in those or 11.
yeah.
Whereas I'm like UK 10 in the Nike. So yeah, I would get them early to see if the 10s and then just put them on inside the house because if they're wrong, you can still send them back.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, just unsure because most places, a lot of the shops near me don't
I
stock them.
know. And it's even I find that hard thing just to know if they'll suit you. That's
Yeah,
another thing I would try to do is
yes,
see it's hard about bringing them out for a run, but well, you can have them and you can send the size back, but sometimes people it'll just feel so strange. Now
yes,
haven't seen the new ones are a lot nicer, the Alpha Flies. I think they've calmed down a little bit on the thing on the front, the bubble on the front's not as aggressive, so it's kind of a better stack height than before. So what
yes.
is it for a marathon?
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
market, and how would you kind of work them in, like, or would you use them for a few short runs beforehand, or?
I oh no, I like you're not gonna ruin the bounce in them like before
Yeah.
like 100K. You know that like from 100 to 200K is gonna be fine. Like so
Yeah.
I'd probably be looking at doing like at least a long run in them,
Oh yes.
or yeah, a couple of sessions in them. So it'd be nice even like I find even if you can like, get me earlier now, say we're in
That
September.
was not now, like, yeah, but would I try them on a shorter run first before I just
Yeah,
get the?
yeah. Try them on maybe two shorter runs, and
Yeah,
then start maybe, and then like you wouldn't have to wear them every week either. Then like
yeah,
just
yeah,
like say a slightly longer run or one of your workouts first. I'd probably go two easier. I'd probably even do one shorter run per se
yes,
because why I'm saying not to do so many of them is like that they're very aggressive. They're very hard to run normally in.
yes,
So you're better off then doing like if you did a session, James. So say for example, warm up in your normal shoes,
yes,
then like you might even do the first half of the workout in your normal racers and then
yes,
switch into the Alpha Fly for the second half of the
yes,
session and then switch back. I know you'd have to bring say 3 pairs of shoes instead of two, but that's probably because then you're kind of at least getting, if you were doing you could try with the 5x7, for example. You could do all 5 reps with them and
yes,
just wear kind of like slightly longer socks because sometimes the back of them can be a little bit like
oh,
be kind of wear. The good thing
yeah,
is when you're having a little break, say if you're taking like 90 seconds between the reps, if you're starting to feel like chafing in them or you kind of feel, you can kind of feel a blister, but if you're running continuously, you can't do anything about it. If you're starting
yeah,
to feel that, just put on your other shoes, finish the
yes,
session. You'll be a bit slower, but still on heart rate, so it'll be fine.
yes. All right, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I wouldn't really be doing like runs. You could do running them just to break them in, but it's going to
Yeah,
make you run so much differently. You're better off like bring them into like half a workout and then the full workout, and then you could start doing like more of a longer run in them to kind of save the legs and just get used to having them on for a longer piece and seeing how that goes.
yeah. Okay, that's great. Thanks very much.
Brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to just bring up one thing myself, and then I'm going to I'm just seeing your thing there, yeah. So I'm just trying to think. Alpha Asics UK 11, yeah, probably Nike 11 then as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing I'm going to bring up is it's okay to feel tired if it's logical that you feel tired. And what I mean by that is sometimes I get, we'll be checking in on how people's training's going weekly. And sometimes you can get people who are, like, understandably so, like a bit worried about oh God, I'm very tired now. And it's like, you're week 3 of, like, the next week is a down week. So we've been building for 3 weeks in a row, and you're getting ready for a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon or marathon. So you're getting a decent intensity training, and it's on the back of 2 other hard weeks. So you'd expect to feel tired. So why I'm saying that is the key thing, like the biggest myth about running per se, is on the race day you got to dig deep, and it's about, like, oh, my mental strength. That's a load of crap. Everybody will run their best. Even when you think mentally you can't, that's probably physically, like, you just overdid it and your body's, like, natural limiters are on. Where the mental strength comes in running, the actual thing about, like, being mentally strong is being able just to go out and do your sessions and not even push them, but just when you're feeling tired and being like, oh, I'm a bit run down, or a bit like I'm feeling really tired, still going out for the run, still doing your easy run, still doing the long run that's prescribed. I wouldn't even mind if you, like, say you're wrecked, and I've had it plenty of times on, say usually we go like hard week, hard week, hard week, easy week, and week 4. I used to have it loads of times where the Saturday of the 3rd week would be my last session, and I would bomb it a lot of times. And what I mean by bomb it is I might have a certain, like, pace to hit, or yeah, certain pace to hit generally, and I just wouldn't get there. Like, or you might be thinking you'll cover a certain amount or whatever, and it doesn't happen. But what the benefit is just trying, So, like, I go out, I try. You might fail, but, like, I'm out, I'm doing the session, so I'm still getting the stimulus. Now, that was when I was more of an elite runner, so we would have sessions where we're trying to, like, hit times. But how would that, like, correspond for the kind of heart rate training, or even like say when we're doing, like, our 400s at 10K pace, or 600s at 10K pace? The key is, like, not to go, oh, I'm feeling wrecked, I'm not going to do the session. The key is to warm up, like, go a 10K effort. So maybe you're usually hitting, like, say 90 seconds for the 400 meters. Hitting 95, you're still getting the intensity and the stimulus that you're looking for, and then cool down. Like, they don't all have to be home runs. Maybe if it's on heart rate, say you're doing, we were saying with James there, 5 by 7 minutes at zone 3, and the pace is down. But if the heart rate is on point, happy days. Okay, we didn't get as far, but it's that cumulative load, like, and it's your body is adapting. And, like, I was talking about it last week, where we've had a couple of people, not giving out or anything, but just saying it takes a while for the body to get used to doing a workout on Saturday and then a long run that's preparing for the marathon. And now the long run might be shorter than someone who's just doing a long run on a Saturday and nearly taking off a Sunday, but it's that cumulative load. So that's different than, I'm feeling really tired and I'm feeling like run down or sick. If you're feeling tired and your training is in a hard zone, that's normal. And the key thing to do is, as long as the heart rate's not up, like, say 10 beats, is to continue training. Okay, it's like, that's the mental strength. The mental strength that of I dig hard in a race is absolutely bollocks. You see a lot in GA circles where, oh, we put it all out on the field, but lads will skip training, like they'll train 3 times a week. It doesn't, that's not how any, I've been lucky enough seeing like Olympic athletes, high-end Olympic athletes, and there's never been one guy I've seen where, well, Mo Farah, in fairness to him, had like, was able to do some ridiculous sessions, but most times it's just consistent training. It's being tired, going out again, and that cumulative fatigue building. And even Coughlin used to say, it's like, who can kind of hold their hand over the candle for the longest? Like, you just need to be able to sustain that, and sustain that in a way where, I'm not saying when you're tired to go harder. I'm actually saying the opposite. When you're tired, go a bit easier, but go. That's the key thing. That's the mental thing that takes the hard thing. It's like, not just taking random days off, or not like, I was down for this session, but I'm not doing it because I'm tired. It's like, no, and if that happens, then just forget that session. Don't then try catch up. As I said, I see with the GA, sometimes it's like, we'll go really hard Tuesday because I haven't trained Monday and I'm not going to train Wednesday or Thursday. There's nobody who gets actually fit that way. The way to work, and that, you see that a lot now. I'm not even like, oh, we really horse them on the Tuesday, but then we'll give them Wednesday and maybe Thursday off, and then they'll be back in for a good session Friday night, and then we'll have them again Sunday, and we'll really put it in. And like some of the coaches, they want the lads nearly getting sick, like, you know, because, oh, we're horsing them now. Oh yeah, they're getting the fitness in, and it's like, that's not how any actual like elite player gets actual fitness. Like, I was a decent level, but nothing like, like I wasn't that close to an Olympics. I got to Europeans. Like, when I tell you, I've trained with like world class, like guys getting to world finals when I was good, and lads making Olympics. And on an actual session, there wouldn't be that much difference. Like, if it was a hill session, I'm very good on hills. I was beating a few of them. But what they had was, they're just relentless. Like, they're just relentless. They're like, say the Australian guys would be like, it's out hard on a Monday. Then it's like for 2 runs. Like, the second run is an easy run, but it's like, it's just you're out. And then Tuesday, it's like, it's a threshold type work in the morning. Then it's a gym workout at 2, and then it's another easy run in the evening. And then Wednesday, it's just 1 run. And then Thursday is the same as, Tuesday would be like maybe a track workout. And then Thursday would be threshold. Friday would just be 1 easy run. And then Saturday would be 3 again. And that would be a hill session. So yeah, by the time it got to Sunday, you're just wrecked. Now, what I didn't do was, like, I'd be behind them a bit on the Sunday because I'm literally, the cumulative fatigue is unbelievable, but you still got to go out and do it. Okay. Like, it's not then trying to like dig in, because that will cause an injury or that will cause sickness. We're not like, when we're feeling tired, trying to now dig, like, now we're out there like the GA guys, like, now let's dig in. It's like, no, just get the training done. Just get the training done. And if you feel like you need it slightly easier, take it slightly easier, but don't take it off. That would be now that's different if you've like, because what you should see then is, you have a down week that's a little bit easier, and you come back and you're like, the next session when you're back, you're like, yeah, I'm a bit fresher again. That's like, I'm feeling better. You know, so you just have these ups and downs. So the mental strength is not to panic when you're in the middle of a block. So obviously we're kind of the start to the middle of we're getting into September. If you're getting ready for a marathon right now, guys, you'll be tired. What you need to double down, one, you need to make sure you're doing the training still and not panic. And second thing, then you need to double down on like, can you get a nap in 20 minutes? Can you like make sure you're eating correctly? Do you have like a multivitamin that you're taking? Can you make sure that you're getting like an orange or like some pieces of fruit that you would, or making sure that like there's a lot more veg that you've had, or wearing your compression socks more than you were before? Can we like double up on the recovery stuff that we're doing? Maybe schedule like a massage, stuff like that. Like just, especially if you're in the throes of a training program, you need to make sure you stay the path. That's the only mental fortitude. On the day, I always say like macked up. It's in that Slumdog Millionaire. It's written like, I think it's, I'm probably saying that wrong, but macked up, or yeah, whatever way they say it, it's like it is written. It means in whatever, it could be Punjabi or whatever Indian language they were saying in that film. Like it is what it is. The race will, what happens on the race happens on the race, and you're going to do your best. Like it's just naturally the thing that happens. The thing that's hard is the grind right now. So stick to the course. You don't have to push it. Just get it anyway done, and you're getting the benefits of it. But don't like, if you're down for, say, as I said, 5 by 7 minutes, don't kill yourself if it's not as fast as it was, if you're getting it done. But don't just take that sessions like, I just did an easy run, and then I was meant to do an easy run or a long run and I cut it back, or I was meant to do a run and I just took it off. That's what kills you. And then secondly, it's like, can you double down on your recovery? Can you go for massage? Are you taking a multivitamin? Can you go for a nap? Are you wearing your compression socks after? Can you eat healthier? Are you having like a protein shake after your runs? Like doing what you can to kind of get you through that bit is the big bit. So that's that was one thing, right? And this is the paradox of running, because I'm going to chat about something then that someone was like, they went out on this morning to do a 6 by 1 minute repeat at 5k pace. Same workout I did 2 weeks ago, no problem. I have had a hellish time since September 1st with family stress, but kept up with 3 easy runs of 45 to 60 minutes per week. And I did a single leg class yesterday, no problem. Haven't missed week 1, brilliant. That's the Pilates class. Finally, I had an awesome sleep last night and felt good. All fine during my dynamic warm-up and 10 minutes of a warm-up run. Felt a bit of a niggle in the strides, but that's not unusual for me. Did my first 1 minute though, and my right hamstring, the usual one, got super sore immediately, even though I did it at a slow end of my target range. So I abandoned ship and just did some walking, alternating with easy running. Wonder how long I should rest it for. I'm just curious about how I might have prevented it. It really surprised me, as I felt fine this morning. Okay, so where I was saying that if you're in the middle of a training block, it's okay to feel tired and you need to actually kind of continue on. Opposite to that is, if there are reasons for you being fatigued, you got to acknowledge them. So if you have a lot of work stress or family stress or whatever stuff's going on, maybe you're having like with work, there's something going on that you're having to spend loads of time on that. What I would recommend is to not set an ambitious goal. So like that, I think that's quite good, of the can you do 3 runs and just Pilates? So you can't burn the candle at both ends, as they said. Like if there's a lot going on, you have to acknowledge that. There's not like two buckets of energy that we pull from. It's just the one bucket. And if a lot of the energy is going from one, you're doing the right thing. I didn't think that's important, that like if we have a goal, brilliant. But if there is reasons for being tired outside of running, you can't ignore that. Okay, you can't look like, obviously we're all like, I'm back teaching now, so these last 2 weeks have been like busy. Obviously you're getting ready for students coming back and stuff like that, so you can have that, and I can continue to train. I'm just kind of used to it. But if there was something exceptional going on, sleep was getting affected, whatever else, then I got to go, like, you know what, I'll stick on my heart rate training. I'm going to try like maintain through this phase, and hopefully things come around, and then I'll be able to, pick a goal or do something a bit more. In relation to that then, right, if there was a lot going on, like 6 by a minute at 5K pace isn't like super hard. The only thing you could have done is maybe go at like 10K pace. Sometimes you can just get little niggles. I would be I would like go to the hamstring releases, with the massage ball, like sit on the hamstring. You'll like, so you're sitting down on the ground, put the ball underneath the hamstring. You'll feel that kind of band of muscle. I'd say it's just gone into spasm. I would also look at like getting like electrolytes. So a Diorolite, one a day for 2 days, then a day off, one a day for 2 days, day off, and then go back to one of them per week, just to see. So, and I would stay walking then and see if it just eases out. So a best case though would be like going to a physio, getting like some dry needling done on the hamstring. I would say it's just a spasm. Like, it can happen. It can just happen that it can go into spasm. Even though it's like a niggle and it can be worried, I don't think from the sounds of it, I don't think it'll be like a super long time. Look at like maybe a week, and then see, can we like move, kind of go through it. But in relation to what you could do is like, just be careful, guys, with like, say 6 by a minute is fine, but like, just be careful with that speed training if you're a little bit run down. Like, I know 5K is not super speed or anything, but you'd nearly be better off do 3 by 2 minutes at like 10K pace, for example. Just when you run down, or if you're not doing any sessions, just it can be, those pickups can kind of tweak things a little bit. But yeah, look, hopefully let's get back. I think you're doing the right thing. Let's just stay walking in those times and see if that like calms down the hamstring. Get that massage ball in as you sit down. You'll feel the bands to get quite tight, and you're just trying to release that off. And you did the right thing, abandoning it. Sometimes these, like, you can get a little strain. It's just like the nature of the game, unfortunately. Like, there's not much you can do. If I was like, nitpicking's not isn't the right word, because there's nothing to be critical about. I honestly, I don't think there's anything to be critical for you. But if it was, I'd be like, go towards um the kind of zone 3 running for like, say, 5 minutes, because it's only a gradual pickup in what you're doing, gets the heart rate going, it's not that stressful. And you could do maybe like, 3 by 4 minutes or 4 by 3 minutes of zone 3 with a minute jog easy in between, as something, and it keeps the aerobic up. And then it's when you have that stuff, it's easier to kind of come back down. Sometimes we do minutes, and this happened to me. I hurt my foot. I had a stress reaction in my foot, and it was all going great. And I was like, I'll start doing some strides before I'll go back in to do runs. But when you're doing strides, like, the 15 seconds of a stride is like, I'm running actually quite quick, even though it's a shorter time. Or like, the minute, you're running probably a little bit faster than probably what you'd actually hit a 5K in, if you're being honest. So sometimes I like to do longer reps. So I did it the second time when I was building back. I didn't do any strides. I just started into zone 3 runs, get used to them, then zone 4 runs, then back into normal sessions. And again, actually, then I did that 1500, but I put on spikes, and that hurt my foot again. So I'm getting ready actually now for a Hyrox. I'm going to try do one of those, just to take pressure off the foot and let that heal. So been a funny thing trying to learn all these new moves and see how I get on. A bit of crack though. I'm doing it with my friends, so it should be a good crack. Okay. Really good questions then. This was a great question as well. So what is your recommended number of Pilates or / S&C sessions per week if you're in the last phase, high mileage of a marathon or half marathon training? So for example, should you do 1 Pilates and 1 S&C? I notice a lot of people mentioning they do more S&C during base training and then reduce when the mileage gets high. Yeah, that is that's the way I would do it. Okay, so it depends on what you're used to. Like, so, like, say people in our group, they're used to one Pilates session per week. So I would continue up, and that kind of goes to what question 2 is. What would the S&C wise would you do the week of a race? We just have like what we call the pre-race Pilates session. It's like 20 minutes, very easy kind of work. You don't want to have DOMs from your S&C or your Pilates coming in. So you want to just do a kind of shorter, easy Pilates or shorter, easy S&C. Just really activation work, not stressing the muscles. You want to be recovering. And it's the same. You want to just be in a maintenance phase in your S&C and your Pilates once you get into the higher mileage. So you don't want to be pushing that. That just needs to be like what you're used to doing. So even in our group, we always have the easier class. It's 35 minutes every week. Let me just share my screen. I haven't checked this, so it'd be good just to make sure that girls are putting it up for me. So say this is the one they're doing. So say week 1, we have the class here. There's a 10-minute add-on, but we always have that easier class, which is basically the same class, but just slightly easier. So I would tell people to just do the normal class because they're used to it. And then, or even drop back to the easier class when they're getting into that kind of higher mileage. Because all we're trying to do then is just maintain what we have. Like, there's a lot extra muscular stress from doing higher mileage. We're increasing this. We don't want to increase the other one as well. So literally maintain or go a little bit easier. I wouldn't completely get rid of it because it does keep the muscles activated. It does keep, even though you can be stiff and sore doing it, you're going to be feeling better after it. Now, what we don't want to do though, especially with S&C, is be pushing this side when we're pushing this side as well. Okay, so we can't, and that's why we'll do it. We'll usually try get, when we have more time, get the base, get the Pilates work started to get that in, get you stronger, and then just to hold that. So hope that makes sense. If you were only doing one Pilates class, only doing one S&C class, I would just continue with that. I would in no way increase the amount I was doing. And then in the actual classes themselves, I might reduce the time by like 10 minutes, or I just might reduce the intensity. I'm just not going to be pushing anything. I just want to kind of have them in maintenance. And then your second question was, what would you do S&C wise in the week of a race? We have a 20-minute pre-race Pilates, we call it. It's literally what I do. I could change it. It's just something nice and easy for about 20 minutes. Like a little bit mobility work, a little bit of activation, and in no way trying to stress the body. Okay. Last question then is how to approach this half marathon 6 weeks out from a marathon. Use it as a tune-up race or versus conservative marathon pace or something between. Green was 81 minutes. It was hard work, but I still think I could have pushed it to 80. Yeah, well done. I would, if it's part of the marathon, there's 2 things I'd say, right? If there's a race in any of your schedules, even though it's not like your target race, that's the focus of the week. And what I mean by that is you can do easier things to build into that. Like, don't have the Wednesday session super hard. Don't go into the half marathon thinking I'll do like a load of a warm up and then just the half marathon and a cool down and I'll make it into a long run. No. Do it like it's a half marathon. That being said, like, you don't want to absolutely rinse yourself. I would probably prefer that. And I generally recommend this, is the first half do a marathon pace and then pick up the last 6 miles back down to like half marathon pace. Okay. It's a really good blowout. So do a warm up of like a mile or 2 and then do the marathon, half marathon. Try maybe the first half of that like kind of marathon pace. The second half, then you can start to pick up. That will still be a very hard effort because we're not tapering down for this. Yes, that week can be a little bit easier. Like normally what I try to recommend is, and I generally have it in the programs. Let me try to see it. I will like make the Wednesday session before the race easier then Thursday can be like, I usually try put the races on a down week, for example, unless it's the actual program. But let me just see if someone see, they didn't put their name on that, so I'll just have to guess. That's not you, Monica, that has the half marathon, no. You're on mute. Okay, I'm going to share Monica's, if you won't mind me. Hopefully, she's here anyway, so. All right, so say, for example, right? So Monica, this is on a Sunday, we'll have a half marathon. So what we've done is then this week is a down week, because if the half marathon goes well, I'm happy with how like the whole week went. You know, I'm not looking for her to do an unbelievable session on Wednesday and then be super tired. But that being said, she's still doing like, you know, long runs here. You know, so basically we'll have an easy week coming into it. So the session on Wednesday is just like 10 by 30 seconds of a hill, not too, like not hard or anything, just something as a kind of tune up. Then she can do between 60 and 30 and 60 minutes. If she normally does 60 minutes, I'd be like, do 45. Is that you, Monica, who had that question? No.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my signal's not very good here at the moment. No, it wasn't me. No, sorry.
Yeah. You know what you're doing at this stage.
I'll just follow
Trust-
whatever you're. I have a
Trust in the
half marathon.
process.
Yeah, I have
A
a
few
half
of 'em-
marathon on the 21st, so I'll follow the taper for that week.
Yeah. If you're one, I have you down for the half marathon on the 14th. But if your half marathon is on the 21st, can you actually switch? Can you switch? Let me do it here. Look, if you can't get out for that one, just do like more of a pickups here, or just do 6 by 4 minutes into that one, and then sorry, I'll just put that here. Perfect. Yeah, so let's just make the continue into like kind of a half decent week, like a hard enough week this week, and then take your down week coming into the half marathon. Okay, but like you can see what we did. We have an easier week, then they hit the half marathon, and then they have a little bit of easier time coming out of it as well. That 5K won't be as hard. If you're doing a 5K type or 10K type workout in a marathon or half marathon program, don't be trying to flog the thing. Okay, just take it in. Like it's just about a little bit of leg turnover. It's not about like trying to run 5K PBs or anything. It's about like just a little bit of leg turnover. So even if the 10K work is at even if the 5K work is at like 10K PB to pace, that'd be absolutely fine. Yeah, so I hope that is basically we kind of build into, or we kind of taper down for the race, even though it's not our big serious race. Take the race seriously. I would take the first 6 miles at marathon pace and then build in. You'll probably find that that's still a hard workout. Like it's still a hard race because you're going to be a little bit fatigued coming in. You can see like Monica has like a, you know, you have a 2 hour 35 on the Sunday, the week beforehand, and you're coming in kind of a hard week. Then we're going to try freshen up a bit for the race, but it's not like we're having a big taper in or anything like that. So yeah, give it a go marathon pace for the first half, and then start to kind of wind into the race for the second half would be my advice there. Brilliant, guys. Thanks very much. Monica, I don't know if you have any questions or you're happy enough with everything.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Sorry, something wrong with my signal here. It was just about my knee, really. I've obviously got the plantar on the left foot, and the taping seems to be helping, but I'm finding actually the foam rolling's really good as well. And I'm on phase 2 of the rehab. I think
Okay.
anytime you do the rehab and the foam rolling, or like I don't do them together, but the next morning then it's okay. But this morning now it was grand. Yeah, what was my question going to be? Yeah, after my long run week, now I did like, it was meant to be 18 on Sunday. It was just with the group. So I've been doing a lot of group training this time around. So I'm kind of just falling into whatever runs there are, but following your plans during the week. You know,
Okay.
but this week I am actually going to just do 12 miles and having a down week, if you know what I mean, because I've got the
Yeah.
half marathon the week before after. But so it was just after my long run, it was knee twinges, but like going around the back and the front, you know, it's not specific to one area, but just sort of like twinges. That's the only way I can describe it, really, you know.
Can you do the hockey ball on your hamstring as well? So like if you just go
Okay.
to the hamstring rehab, you'll see it. Just do a hockey ball release on the hamstring. Sometimes
Okay.
if the hamstring is like getting very tight, it can affect the rotation on the knee.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so look, continue to foam roll the knee, continue
Yes.
to do that, add that add that massage ball onto it. And
Okay.
then let me just see which ones.
I
Oh,
did do the quad rolling that you recommended
yeah,
as well. I think that helped. I mean, to be honest, anytime that was kind of new to me and it was a bit torturous, but I
yeah, it
remember
is
feeling
still,
that way
yeah.
with the calf. I'm a wuss when it comes to massages and foam rolling, really. But
Yeah, it takes a little while to get used
yeah.
to. Okay, so the good thing is the hamstring one is a lot nicer. It's not as sore. Let me see if
Okay.
it's in here. Just to make sure. Yeah, the hamstring release there you can do. So just do that one, and you're doing this kind of phase 2 alternate knee
Yeah.
program.
Yeah. I'm doing that kind of once a week, because with the foam rolling, well, I almost kind of that's almost like strength as well. That rehab too.
Oh,
You
it is
know.
like a strength training,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and even just do half and half and see. But if you're feeling good after it, that's a good sign. And
Yeah.
then try this tibial rotation one. So stay doing the like quad and knee release, do that tibial rotation one, and do this hamstring release.
Okay.
I think that would kind of, especially if it's like all around the knee, sometimes that hamstring can be kind of flaring up a bit and kind of
Okay.
catching people out. And then yeah, just stay on the knee rehab one, and let's see if we can kind of just manage to stay underneath it. It could be just, you know, increasing the miles to 18 miles, getting used to
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. It could just take that,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know.
I did, I've done, that was my second 18. I've done 2 16s, 2 14, you know, kind of done a good combination of things. But we did finish on a park run, and I did feel strong. It was literally just when I stopped, it just was like, oh, that's a bit twingy, you know, so strange.
Yeah, and you did 19 miles then
Yes, we
on.
ended up doing 19. We kind of, yeah, miscalculated our our
You're
distance
lying
to
to
the
me,
park
yeah.
run. We were late to the park run, so yeah,
Right, yeah.
it just all kind of, we didn't factor in our stops really. But at the same time, doing a group run was a really nice run actually. So
Yeah, look, if you can get like
yeah,
look, if you can get like company for those things, it's brilliant.
yeah,
Uh yeah, and then just make sure that you're still getting your kind of sessions in. Look, 18
yes,
miles
regular sessions,
is
yes,
like 18 miles is tasty for the moment. You did 9 and then you did 16. You did 19, I'm sorry. Yeah, look, it could be just a little bit tasty on like
well, I
with the
took it
mileage.
easy.
Let's,
I took
as
it
I said,
easy on Sunday.
let's take
Yeah,
a down one of 12. Then you're
yeah,
building into the half, and
yeah.
I think that might let it calm back down again.
Yeah. No, I said to the girl that I mostly run with, both of us are happy enough to just have a shorter, because that was she's following another program, so we're trying to make sure we're covering it, but making sure we get the easier, shorter runs in as well. You know, the shorter long runs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So it's just a
brilliant.
bit planned out, really. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Thanks very much. I'll try those rehabs.
Yeah, just let me know how it goes. Great.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys.
All the
Thanks a
best.
million.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Take care.